Hi, this is Karen and welcome to another Flips and Folds on Sunday at dolallycrafts. I'm filming this late on Saturday night. I had planned on doing it this afternoon, but I had a surprise visit from Miss 30 and her husband. So we went out for afternoon tea and just to catch up because they live an hour away, so we don't see them as often as we'd like to. Hubby was out at soccer and Miss 14 was round at her friends, so yeah, it was just me at home alone, and I thought, yep, I'll be able to get all my filming done today. And then Miss 30 and her husband decided they'd come down and visit. So yeah, it's late on a Saturday night, so let's get on with this card. This is the card we're making today. It's a very cute flips and fold. As you can see, it's got a melon mambo backing, and then it opens up like this. Even though the ribbon is the berry burst, it still sort of ties in because it's all pinks anyway, and this is the way it opens. As you can see, it's a gorgeous little card. Okay, I've got the it's a messy bow, but I've got the bow done back up again. I think it's really cute and I love it in these colours. I'm not a pink person, she says, and she's got a pink jumper on. But I really do like these colours. Okay, as usual, all the sizes and everything can be found on my blog, so head over to dolallycrafts.com and you'll find all of the materials and the measurements and the sizes and everything over there. Now, I've already done the scoring here. All I need to do is give them a really good crease. So I've got all of my pieces of paper and cardstock cut to size. I'm using the Garden Impressions paper. As I said, I love these colours, even though I'm not naturally a pink person. I'm more of a purple, but my favourite colour's blue. Go figure. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got a couple of thin strips of the Garden Impressions, and then we've got a wider strip for the front of the card. Okay. So, before we go any further, what we will do is put some fast fuse down the inside of the card, but on the outer edge of it, on the largest panel, and we just put 1 inch strip, and I do know that is a 1 inch strip, just down the side there, and that will be viewed from outside the card. We flip the front panel over and we do exactly the same down this side. So a bit of fuse or snail is fine because this is paper to cardstock. If you're doing cardstock to cardstock, it is a better idea to use the tear and tape. Okay, so there's our two side panels done. This is a really quick card to put together, apart from a little bit of fussy cutting. It is, as I said, it's a really easy one to put together. So we just pop that in the centre there, like so. Now, you will need a scrap of paper for stamping, and you do use a few stamp pads with this. We've got the Calypso Coral. We've also got the new Petal Pink and Melon Mambo, which will be for this front flower here that's actually fussy cut. Now on the sample it's got Petal Pink and then it's got 2 layers of the Calypso Coral, but I wanted to bring in some of the Melon Mambo with this, so I'm going to use that as the darkest colour. So we come in with the Petal Pink, which is the background colour. Now, there is a way of layering these. They do actually match up to some degree. However, I'm not overly fussed about it because they're more of an impressionist painting type flower. So there's our base. Then we come in with the next one up, and I'm just trying to see. I think that comes round like that to pop it on there. It's something like that. Anyway, it doesn't match up completely. So that's our Calypso Coral, and then the fine detail we're going to put on with the Melon Mambo. So just bring that in And there we go. It gives you a really nice impressionist type rose. Now I'm going to need those again, so I'm just going to move them to the side for a moment and bring in our Call Me Clover and mint macaron for the leaves. So here we go. We'll do the Call Me Clover first, and I need 2 lots of leaves. These will also need to be fussy cut. So that's the Call Me Clover. Now I'm going to come over the top of the Call Me Clover with the mint macaron, and I'm just going to put 2 leaves down like that, and that's our leaves done. Now I will need these again in a minute, but I've got too many stamp pads open at the moment. I don't mind leaving them open at the in this weather because it's quite cold outside, so it's not as though the ink's going to evaporate very quickly. Now I'm just going to quickly fast forward while I fussy cut this rose. Okay, that's our leaves fussy cut. Now I'm just going to pop these on the front of the card with dimensionals. I knew I had them around here somewhere. So I'm just going to pop a few dimensionals on the panel. And that can go just there over the lower rows. And then I'm just going to pop some dimensionals just at the top of each of the leaves to give them a little dimension on the top of them as though they're popping out from under the rose. Take the backing off, and I'm just going to put a little bit of fuse at the lower end and stick that there. So I don't know whether you can pick that up there, but see how it's sort of coming out from under the rose. Okay, and the same with the other ones. A couple of dimensionals on the end. And then a little bit of fuse on the base. And these ones are just going to come off like so, so they hang over a little bit off the edge there. Now we're going to open this up, and on the inside, as you can see here, we have some more flowers. So really, can I pull that off just for a moment? And that, I really didn't have this in the correct order, did I? Okay, so we're going to bring in the petal pink again, and this time I'm going to stamp off because I think they're a bit too dark on the inside of the original card. So I'm going to stamp that off and then pop that there, and then bring in the Calypso Coral, stamp off and then stamp on, and then the Melon Mambo. Whoops, wrong one. Oh, that was a silly thing. Okay, Melon Bambo, and I'm just going to turn that slightly. Did I stamp it off? No, I didn't. There we go. Stamp it off and stamp it on. And then with the inside, I actually did another two flowers, one there and one there, and I'm going to actually stamp them with the Melon Mambo again, but stamp off the Melon Mambo so that it's not quite as harsh. There we go. Now I can close all of those ink pads. If they're a bit too stiff to pull out, just press them from the other end, and there we go. They will loosen up in time. And then in with the mint macaron again, and oh, wrong one. I've got to do the call me clover first. And what I'm going to do is stamp off the call me clover and then just stamp little ones like that, and then close that over. And then I did clean this off and then bring this in, and I'm just going to put a couple of the mint macaron without stamping off just in the corner there, and that's enough from the mint macaron. And I'm going to bring the melon mambo back in, and I've just got it all over my finger there. I do have a nappy wipe off to the side, so I've brought in the stamp which says there is so much to love about you, and that is going to go just on the inside panel here. As you can see on this card, there is plenty of room to write any messages you may want to put in. You've got you've got up here and down here, and then this whole panel which is hidden when the card's closed. Okay, so I'll just close up my melon mambo again, pop that aside, excuse me, bring in my flower again, and that should sit there okay. Yep. And our leaves, just pop those back down again. Because all I'd pressed on the leaves were the dimensionals, the fast fuse hadn't had time to soak on or to adhere. Okay, now all we need to do for this bit is bring in, I've just got a scrap here of Whisper white paper, and I'm just going to stamp thank you on it. Hopefully I can get it straight because I'm not hovering over the top. Oh, looks like there's a little bit of fabric or lint or something that adhered to that. So I'll flip it over and we'll try it again. That's better. Okay, so I can close that up. And then what I'm going to do, I might actually leave that on this one. I did a flag end, but I might just leave it as a banner end on this one and just trim straight up there, and then that just goes up the top there. So I'll just get some dimensionals. There we go. Take the backing off. There we go. I'm just going to trim that slightly because it's overhanging just a little bit too much. There we go. Now, with the ribbon, what I'm going to do, open the card up just a little bit, and if I fold that bit back, I can see approximately where I need the fast fuse to hold the ribbon to go. So about there should be good. Yep. Okay, now we can put some more fast fuse on the back, or tear and tape, whatever medium you want to use to adhere cardstock to cardstock, because I am using the thick Whisper white on this, just a bit over the ribbon as well. Okay, so hold the ribbon out the way, and then bring in our backing This is a bit fiddly, this bit. Shouldn't be, but it is. Okay, so we're going to have an even edge all the way around. Yep, like that. Open it up and just give it a press with your bone folder to make sure it's all going to adhere down. Wrap the ribbon round. Not such a fantastic bow. Here we go. And we'll just trim like so. Okay, move all this out the way. Bring this one in and just tie the ribbon again. Really not good at tying bows on air. Okay, and that's the card we started with today, and this is my finished product. I hope you've enjoyed watching the how to put this one together, and that you give it a go yourself. If you do, don't forget, please show it to me on my blog. Just put it in the comments section below the write-up for this card. Okay, I will be back on Thursday with another throwback, and I can't wait for you to see the card. I loved it. I will be back next week with another flips and folds. Whee! One of the girls who watches regularly watches me doing this said that should be my thing, where I show something skidding backwards and forwards. Now, I'm hoping to have an off-the-cuff released on Tuesday this week. I filmed it last night, and it is a really cute little card, so I'm hoping to get that up. And I do have another one which has all of these to put together. That's not a flips and folds, it's not a throwback, because this is using all new products, so keep an eye out because that's coming out shortly. Okay, that's enough chattering from me. I will see you soon. Keep an eye on my channel for more cards coming out, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.